ho ho! Welcome to Toon'd for my Christmas edition. Yeah, I know you're not looking at me. For this festive edition, I'm going to be talking about just my favorite Santas. They're in no real particular order. This isn't a countdown. I'm just talking about my favorite cartoon Santas. And why I liked each cartoon Santa. Okay, well, no time like the present. Let's get jolly. I have to start with the CocaCola Santa. The iconic image that we think of for Santa Claus was pretty much just an advertising campaign for Coca-Cola. The red coat, the long white beard, the entire look was pretty much invented by this ad campaign. And it just epitomizes Christmas. I adore this guy. The Coca-Cola Santa, I kind of miss him. Even though I think the ads stopped running before I was born, I can just go back and look at them and retroactively love it. Because, well, it's the iconic Santa look. In Futurama, Santa came in the form of a murderous robot. And that's just great. It's funny. It fits the whole tone of Futurama. It's just interesting to see a robot programmed to be Santa Claus, but his parameters being set too high so that he judges everyone to be naughty, and for some reason he believes that the naughty, instead of getting coal or nothing, instead should be horribly murdered. Even though he's a psychopathic killer, he remains just as jolly as you would expect Santa to be. And Robot Santa preys on the naughty with a smile on his face, a song in his heart, and a just hearty ho ho ho. And he's fantastic. I always thought that was just fun. The seldom remembered Men in Black animated series had a Christmas episode. And in that episode, there was a Santa Claus. Now, I know you're probably thinking, Men in Black deals with aliens and their immigration and their doings on Earth while in disguise, yada yada. Surely Santa must be an alien. Well, no. I mean, the Men in Black knew about Santa, but he's not an alien. He just uses alien labor and tech, which is what allows him to do what he does, allows him to live as long as he has. And it's a sort of thing that the Men in Black don't try to stop him, and possibly couldn't. And I found that really interesting. I like that a lot. And it ties into my next one. In the Buzz Lightyear animated series, the Santa Claus from that universe again uses advanced technology and alien labor. The aliens being the little green men. Or at least some of the little green men. You know, the Claw. And those are the elves. But, and his sleigh, his belt, well, his sleigh flies, practically teleports to wherever he needs to go in the universe. And his belt freezes time, which is how he is able to do what he does. His sleigh's also equipped with, it's like naughtiness detectors and stuff like that. Everything he needs to be Santa, he has tech-wise. And As a fan of science fiction, I appreciated that greatly. Fairly OddParents had a very interesting Santa. It turns out his association with elves and fairies in mythology is not very far off at all. As far as we can tell, Santa is human in Fairly OddParents. However, around this time of year, all associated magic rushes to him on Christmas so he can do his job. At that point, a transformation takes place. He goes from a stuffy businessman, thin businessman, not looking like Santa at all, running the Kringle Corporation, to the iconic look, big red suit, big white beard, super jolly instead of stressed out because of business. And that's just... I love the weird ones. I love the weird incarnations of Santa that still completely nail it. I'm not sure why I like the Nightmare Before Christmas incarnation of Santa, but I do. I really do. I'm not talking about Jack Skellington, although he does look good in that outfit. No, I actually mean Santa Claus. He's like, yes, children are expecting me, believe, we get a lot of that during Boogie Woogie's song, but what really, I think, nailed it for me, I love how incredibly arrogant he is. And like, I hope there's still time to save Christmas? Of course there is. I'm Santa Claus. And off he goes. I was like, well, okay then. I love what Marvel Comics did with Santa Claus. Santa, as well as his wife, Mrs. Claus, are Omega-level mutants. She is apart from them both being immortal, them both not aging, apart from that, Mrs. Claus is capable, she's a telepath, she can read people's minds, and that's why she knows who is naughty and who is nice. It's her who knows this. Santa himself has, in addition to staying pretty much ageless, he teleports and freezes time, I believe. He manipulates reality like that. And that's, with him just being a mutant, being as old as the legend of Santa Claus, in the Marvel Universe, that is actually really interesting. There was a recent episode of the Cartoon Avengers, in which Loki had a magic box of some kind to try to steal Santa's power. And he did. And he was outwitted into his defeat because he was too powerful with Santa's abilities. On to the more darker incarnations. Family Guy had a Christmas special, Road to the North Pole, in which Stewie and Brian did one of their road trip things and wound up in the North Pole in Santa's workshop and seeing how things actually are, at least how they are in the modern world. And to the tune of a song called Christmas Time is Killing Us, we get to see Family Guy's take on Santa, where he is so overworked by such a large population and a greedy population that he is worked himself to the bone and is sickly, and it's just disgusting and dark. Everything there is just, everything at the workshop is awful. And I appreciate it. I appreciate this Santa because it kind of tells a message that maybe we should learn. That maybe it shouldn't be maybe we shouldn't expect as much. I mean, not from Santa. We all know the deal. Don't expect anything from Santa. But anyway, sorry kids. But maybe we should focus on the more positive aspects of Christmas rather than just what it can get us. And sticking to that theme, the Grinch. I know, not technically a Santa Claus, but come on. In that story, he kind of acted as an anti-Santa until he learned his lesson. At which point he rushed and gave everything back to Whoville. And yeah, he looked decent in the outfit, and it's a beloved Christmas special, and I'm counting it. But the Grinch, I really did love the Grinch as an incarnation of Santa. Again, sticking to the whole theme of maybe Christmas being something more than presents and things. It's a good message. And lastly, this guy, this random picture of Santa I found online. Look at this guy. He is like the happiest Santa I have ever seen. This guy, he gets it. I love this guy. Anyway, that's gonna do it. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my holiday, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the month. I hope that when we meet again next year, I'll have a bunch of stuff for you. I've got a lot of projects in the works, but until then, this was Josh the Fox Mills, and as always, stay tuned.